Millennial-Mary presents Penhaligan Jr. Good morning, fellow simmers, on this lovely fall day in real life and in Paul Gannon. Today, we are going to focus on the Penhaligan Jr family, and they live right down here. We're going to focus on Caro, his wife Carolyn, and son James. Caro is the son of Blaise Penhaligan, the man who was murdered. And he got in a fight a few months before he was murdered and moved his whole family here instead of living in the house here. That's why there's two separate families. But he and his wife do not get along, as you can see. His little son is kind of stuck in the middle between his parents, but there's some deeper issues than them just not getting along. Caro is deeply unhappy with his life, and there are reasons why. And Carolyn is deeply unhappy with her life, but she's not sure why. So today we'll find out. Are you ready? Let's begin. Morning dawns. Carolyn is just getting out of bed. She has work today, as you can see. Caro is just taking a shower. He stayed up late. He is going to bed. Yes, this is his bed. They don't sleep together. So that's one thing. After Carolyn uses the restroom, she's going to work on her skills for her work because she really would like a promotion. Which leaves poor little James all alone to get his own breakfast. So this is a peek into the beginning of the day with this extremely dysfunctional family. Caro eventually gets up and he starts his morning routine, which is to go to the bar and have a drink. And then back to bed. And then look who comes in next. It's Carolyn. This is her morning routine. You notice they don't drink together. They drink separately because they both feel their lives are just horrible. And then Carolyn is off to her work in the athletics career. There's nothing that says, I'm in athletics like a good stiff drink before your day at work. And then James comes down to get himself breakfast, which is leftover Pop-Tarts from the day before, which is just a wonderful meal for a growing child. But it's either that or cookies, so that's how James is starting his day. So James is enjoying his breakfast and thinking about how he would just love to play with his best friend, Theo, today. The problem is, lately when he's called Theo to come over and play, Theo never wants to come to his house. I wonder why. After Caro gets up, he makes a phone call. And he's going to see if his little friend would like to get together. Just sees what's up with him. Meanwhile, James is busy writing in his diary of what's going on with him. Caro has a nice conversation with his friend. And then he calls his son over. He tells James, hey, buddy, do you mind if I go out for a moment? You can entertain yourself. Just don't tell Mom, right? I gotta go see the doctor about something, okay? James is like, sure, Dad. Sure. So, Caro indeed does come to the doctor's. He's coming, he's sitting in his waiting room, and the doctor is indeed in. So they're having a little consultation, and they talk to each other. Everything is fine, everything is nice. Talks about his medical issues. Or does he? He's like, vacation. Talking about going on vacation. Wonder why he's talking to his doctor about that. That's different than the usual discussion. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not just innocent vacation talk. You see, there's a reason that Caro's wife does not get along very well with Caro. Because Caro is gay. He is not sexually interested in his wife. He's interested in David. Very much. But he's very much in the closet. He just has to protect his image as the town father, except David has other things in mind. All right, let's go see what his sister's doing, because I think we all know what is up with these two. Right? Let's see. Cuddle. Well, maybe that's all they're going to do. I don't know. I don't think they've done... Uh-oh. Peck. His sister, meanwhile, kiss romantically. We know where this is going to head. Okay. His sister is up in her little room creating wonderful pieces of quilting while these two are woohooing. So you get the picture about what's going on with Caro. That is not his only issue, though. He's neglecting his son. He's neglecting his wife because of these feelings that he has for David. Will he do anything about it? Well, he is. But other than that, will he be public about it? At this time, it's unlikely. So let's go see what else is going on with this family. So now Carolyn's home, blissfully unaware of what was going on this afternoon with her husband. She knows there's something wrong because he hasn't slept with her in quite a while. It just seemed like to even produce James, it was a chore. She doesn't understand why. Caro has had to live with certain expectations his whole life. His family has ruled this area for hundreds of years, and he's expected to be the leader. His father knew what was up with him and made it clear that he thought Caro was really disgusting. His father totally didn't approve and was just very, very homophobic. Not at all cool with what was going on with Caro, and he really passed some of his views on to Caro, so Caro's a little bit self-hating, which is part of the reason he's stuck in this life. His sexuality is not the only part of him that is not making his life what it should be. His job is a senior manager in business. That's what he was expected to do. However, his lifelong goal is to be a mayor. He wants to be a politician, but he's been afraid to because of family expectations. So he's followed what his family has had him do. And he is so deeply unhappy with the life that he's led. But he's done this for so long that he doesn't know if he can change. He doesn't know if he can come out of the closet. He doesn't know if he can change his career. He doesn't even know if he can go back to the ancestral home now that his dad's not there judging him. So it is sad. He is congratulating, I don't know what he's congratulating her on, but at least he's talking to her. It's really sad, the state of their relationship. He does like her. He's married to her. He just doesn't love her. As you see, Carolyn has a little secret too. Yes. Ruan, who she was involved with in college. Not involved with, but she was friends with. And when he came here to solve the case of Blaze's murder, Caro's dad, Ruan knew that there might be problems with her. But as you saw in an earlier video, Ruan went on to get married and have a wife who's now pregnant. So Carolyn is kind of stuck in this place. Also, she has feelings for Seth, who's also married. You saw earlier he's married to Abby. So Carolyn doesn't know what's going on with her husband, and meanwhile has fallen for these other men. Now, let's see if she's done anything about it. And by the way, this whole thing with Ruan, this came as a surprise to me as anybody. I did not plan this, that she just did this on her own. So that was very interesting when I was at the pastor's house. With Seth, she just has kind of a crush on him, but it never went anywhere with Ruan. I believe, let's see, that they kissed? I don't know. No, she just fell in love. So Carolyn is trying to be a good girl. She is trying to do the right thing and stay by her husband for the sake of her son. But it is not making either of them happy. They're both really miserable. And as far as what goes on with her in the future, we shall see. We shall see. And here's the family at the end of the day, come together for dinner, eating nicely together. Looking like the average, everyday family, which unfortunately they may be. At the end of the day, they're kind of like they were at the beginning, apart. Carolyn is practicing her piano, while Kara's asleep in his bed. James is asleep in his bed, and nothing's been resolved. They're still a family together, yet apart. If you have any ideas or comments about what you saw, if you would leave it in the comment section, that would be super. And if you like what you saw and you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. The more the merrier. And here's until next time, when I don't even know who we're going to be looking at next time. This is Millennial-Mary signing out. Bye, Simmers.